Hi guys, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to be doing a 24-hour readathon for the first time ever. So I have never done a 24-hour readathon before, but I've seen plenty of booktubers do it, and I finally decided that it's time for me to do one for myself. The main reason that I wanted to do one right now is because I have a very busy month ahead of me, and I have a lot of books that I want to get through on my TBR, and so I thought if I just do a 24-hour readathon, then I can probably get through a big chunk of them in the span of 2 days, and that would be really helpful. So without further ado, let's get into it. So there are different ways of doing the 24-hour readathon, and there are 3 that I've pretty much seen going around, and I'll just go through them quickly. The first one is reading for a full 24 hours straight, meaning you stay awake, you don't go to bed, and you read from, say, 2 p.m. one day till 2 p.m. the next day. Or you could take a few breaks, but as long as you do 24 hours without sleeping. And so just a disclaimer about that, I will never be doing that on my channel because I am epileptic. My epilepsy is triggered by sleep deprivation and stress, and I know that sounds strange and a lot of people don't believe me when I say it, but it's a real disability that I have. So I will never be doing the full 24-hour readathon like that on my channel because I literally can't handle it. I'll have a seizure, so I won't be doing that. The second option is doing the 24 hours, so 2 p.m. on one day till 2 p.m. the next day, but with sleep. So you read as much as you can in that 24-hour window, but you get sleep as well so that you're not going crazy. But I won't be doing that one either. The third option is the one I will be doing today, which is where I will read for a full 24 hours, but split it up over 2 days. So instead of reading from 2 p.m. today until 2 p.m. tomorrow, I'm going to try and read 12 hours today, go to bed, and do another 12 hours tomorrow. That way I'm doing a full 24 hours of reading, and I'm just spreading it out over 2 days. And the main reason I'm doing it this way is because, like I said, I really want to get through my TBR. That is the whole purpose of me doing this video. And I thought if I just condense it to 24 hours where I do get sleep, it's basically just reading maybe 14 hours instead of 24. And I really want to try and do 24 hours of reading in the next 2 days. So that's what we're going to be doing. And so for this 24-hour readathon, I do have a bit of a plan. This is not the full entire plan. I need to explain, so let's go through this. Okay, so the main plan with this video is to try and get through as much of this tandem read that I possibly can. I'm currently 134 pages into Empire of Storms and 98 pages into Tower of Dawn. The audiobook length for these 2 books adds up to like 45 hours or something like that. And I really want to get through these 2 in just this month alone, and I don't want it to take me forever. So I thought if I do a 24-hour readathon, I could probably do this. But I'm trying not to be delulu. I do not think I could read this for 24 hours straight. And the main reason for that is because this is a very dense fantasy, especially when you're at this point. There's a lot going on, a lot that you need to pay attention to, and I think my brain will die at some point in this video. And so when my brain dies, I have other book options. So when my brain is really starting to die, I'm probably going to pick up one of these romances. I really need to start this one first, but I really want to get through this one as well. And I just have a feeling that the writing style in these 2 will be a little bit easier. And then I also wanted to have 2 thriller options. Thrillers, I feel like, are very addicting to read. Like once you're in it, you keep reading because you want to know what's going to happen. So I thought maybe having some thrillers around would help. And these 2 are both summery seeming thrillers, especially this one. So these are 2 others that are on my list for today. And then the last book on my list is Sea Change. This is just a literary fiction that I've been wanting to read, and it's the summertime, and so I thought if I'm really struggling and I'm not feeling any of these books, then I could pick up this one. So with all that being said and the plan set up for today, let's finally start the timer. So it's been an hour and 5 minutes and I've read 36 pages. So I'm not the fastest reader, but I'm getting there. I don't know why, but this book is putting me to sleep. Like, here's the thing. I love Sarah J. Maas. I really do. But she really knows how to drag out scenes that don't need to be dragged out. I'm just already feeling exhausted, and this challenge only just begun. I'm only an hour in. I mean, that's why I'm doing it, to help me get through this book faster, but this book is just so slow with like nothing happening. I now need to switch back to this one, and I hope this one continues to be better. So far I'm enjoying this one, so every time I trudge through chapters in this, I'm excited to pick this one back up, so hopefully that continues to help me out. Okay, I am 21 hours. Well, I have 21 hours and 29 minutes left. So that's 2.5 hours I've been reading. I'm not kidding when I say this book is putting me to sleep. Like, my eyes feel so heavy and it's like dragging me down, and I'm like dropping my head back, like sleeping, and I like snap awake and try to continue reading. I don't know why this book is so boring. Ugh. Something really cool and exciting happened in Empire of Storms, and then back to boring. It is 2:20 p.m. and I think I need a lunch break, and Starbucks has 50% off today on drinks. So I'm gonna get my lunch at Starbucks, which I know is kind of like bad for you, but I just want a treat for myself while I'm trying to trudge through these. Okay, so I just came back from Starbucks and I still have 19 hours and 12 minutes left, which is not great. It is 6 p.m. I started reading, I think at 10 or 11 a.m. and it's 6 p.m. So you'd think that I should be about 8 hours into this challenge, but I'm only about 5 hours in. And I somehow want to fit 7 hours into the rest of this day, and it's already 6 p.m., which I don't even know if I can do that. But I will say going to Starbucks really helped me. I got a cold brew, which definitely kept me awake, and I was able to read a good chunk more of these two. But yeah, let's get back to it. All right, listen. It is 8:50 p.m., so it's 9 p.m. and I still have 18 hours left. So I've only done 6 hours today, which is about a quarter of the way through. So for this challenge, I have like 18 hours. I'm so tired. I don't understand how it's 9 p.m. I started this challenge either at 10 or 11 a.m. I don't remember which one. And I really thought I would have at least hit 10 hours by now. I keep having to take breaks. I kind of had to pause to make a bit of dinner, which was only half an hour. It only took me like half an hour to prepare dinner. So how is it that I have 18 hours left? So I've read 216 pages today. 200 pages in 6 hours is pretty good. Here's my plan, because I obviously need a plan if I want to complete the 24 hours by tomorrow night. I am going to read for 1 more hour and just go to sleep around 10-ish, maybe like 10:15. And that would leave me with 17 hours to read tomorrow. And so if I wake up early, if I go to bed, okay, hang on, let me figure this out. If I go to bed at 10:15 and I wake up at 6:30 and I just get ready right away and then read. Okay, if I wake up at 6 a.m. and start reading right away at 6 a.m. and I read for 17 hours straight, no breaks, it'll be 11 p.m. by the time I go to bed. I think right now I'm just facing the reality that I might actually fail at this challenge. So I'm gonna stop talking and get back to reading now. I think that's pretty important. Alright, it is 10 p.m. and I have paused the timer at 17 hours basically. That's 16 hours, 59 minutes. So 17 hours. Yeah, it's 10 p.m. I'm gonna go to bed. But that's the progress I've made in each book. I think that's pretty good. Like, I don't think that's that bad. I've read 7 hours today. Even though my goal was 12, I haven't done a 24-hour readathon before. So I think hitting 7 in one day was pretty good, even though I'm planning on doing 17 tomorrow, which will be 10 more hours than what I did today. This is going horribly, but it's fine. We're gonna read a romance tomorrow because I really need a break from all this fantasy information dump. Good morning, it is the next day. It is currently 7:50 a.m. I tried to get up at 5:30, it did not work, but I got up at 6:30, which I think is still pretty good. And we still have 17 hours left on the timer. So I don't know if I can do it today. I'm gonna try my best. I'm actually feeling pretty good about reading today. I was initially gonna start off with a romance, but I think while I'm feeling good, I'm gonna continue reading this series, and then I'm sure later in the day my brain will die, and then I'll switch over to a different book. But yeah, for now, I'm gonna try and continue this series. So let's start the timer and let's get to reading. It is officially 2:40 p.m. and we are halfway through. I just hit around 12 hours left. So when I started today, I was at 17 hours. So I have read 5 hours today and it's 2:40 p.m. I feel like that's pretty good. I have gotten a decent chunk of the way through these two, especially Tower of Dawn. And this book has gotten so good. I know a lot of people complain about this one and I was on the same page originally, but now I'm really enjoying it. I don't think I can fit 12 more hours into today because I would not be done until 2:30 a.m. And I really don't think I could do that. Like, I will try to read as much as possible, but I think I'm having to accept that I might fail my first attempt at this challenge, and that's okay. I mean, it's a challenge for a reason. A lot of the times you probably will fail, so that's okay. But anyway, now I want to read some romance, and I'm gonna pick up Drunk on Love. This is one of the books on my summer TBR, and I really want to read it. It's at a winery, and it sounds so cute. So yeah, let's get reading. Okay, I have been reading for like 4 hours straight. 8 hours and 4 minutes left. That's what I have left. I started today with 17 hours left. So I've read for 9 hours today. And in this book, I am on page 141. So I've read that much. This is really easy and quick to fly by, which is kind of making it easier to read because I feel like sometimes your brain feels a little worn out when you're reading fantasy. But I don't really know how I'm feeling about this book. It's cute and it's funny, but there's no depth at all to the characters. But that's where I'm at. It is 6:45 p.m. So I am gonna take a break and I'm gonna have dinner, but I'm really feeling tired and overwhelmed right now. I don't think I can actually finish the challenge. But yeah, I'm gonna take a dinner break. My head really hurts and I'm feeling really tired. Like, my head just aches in a very specific way and I don't really know how to describe it. But yeah, I will be back later. Okay, so I ended up not reading any extra. I think I did this 24-hour-thon like a week ago now. It has literally been like 8 days since I finished that readathon and I have not talked about it. I still have the time on the timer and this is how much I had left. 8 hours, 4 minutes and 8 seconds, and I did not complete it. So as you guys saw, my plan was to continue reading after dinner, but my boyfriend was like, oh, do you want to watch a murder? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I do. I really want to watch something right now. And so we watched a murder on Investigation Discovery, and then I was exhausted and I could not read anymore. So I went to bed, and I wanted to end the 24-hour readathon right there. I didn't want to add any more days to it. Technically, I only did 16 hours of reading, but if you think about it, as I took 2 entire days and dedicated those days to just reading, I'm gonna count that as a 24-hour readathon, because any more days and it's no longer 24 hours, it's like 72 hours. So I did my best. Let's recap how much I read in all those days. So day 1, where I think I did like 6 hours of reading, something like that, I read 110 pages of Empire of Storms and 139 pages of Tower of Dawn, which I think was pretty good, and I'm still not done with these books. And then day 2, I did 164 pages of Empire of Storms and 236 pages of Tower of Dawn, which is a lot. And then on top of that, I did 144 pages of Drunk on Love. So although I did not finish a single book in this video, I did read a total of 793 pages in 16 hours. And I think that's pretty good for my first attempt at a readathon. Well, specifically a 24-hour readathon. I've never done anything like this before. I tend to break up my reading. I normally don't read for more than 2 hours in one sitting. I'm just not that kind of person. So I think I did pretty well. My goal for this readathon was honestly just to help me get through some of my reading for my TBR, and it really helped me do that. So I've learned a few things that I think will help me for my future readathons. Number 1, start earlier in the day. I don't think I started early enough on the first day, and that really messed me up for the second day. Number 2, don't pause the timer every single time you're not reading. Even though it may not complete the rules of a 24-hour readathon, I think next time I'm just not going to pause the timer as much because it was just too much to fit into 2 days. And I think the third thing that I learned is maybe don't read in bed while you're doing a 24-hour readathon, because that just made me extra sleepy and made it even more difficult for me to keep reading. But other than that, that's it. 793 pages in 16 hours. I think I did pretty well for my first attempt, so I'm very happy with it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments if you have ever done a 24-hour readathon or what you think of them. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell so that you can see more content from me. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!